Welcome to the complete guide to smartphone battery health. If your phone doesn't last as long as it used to, you are not imagining it. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how to fix it. Here is the truth. Every smartphone battery loses about 20% of its original capacity. In just 18 to 24 months, that equals about 500 charge cycles. Watch what happens over time. At month 3, 96%. At month 12, 87%. By month 24, only 78%. This is normal aging, but most people make it much worse. Let's open the battery and see how it actually works. Inside, there are two electrodes, a negative one called the anode and a positive one called the cathode. Between them is a liquid called the electrolyte. This liquid lets tiny particles travel between the two sides. When you plug in your phone, electricity pushes lithium ions through the electrolyte. They travel from the positive side across to the negative side. Energy is now stored in the battery. When you use the phone, the ions flow back to the positive side. That movement releases energy, and that energy powers your phone. One full round trip is called a charge cycle. This back and forth happens every time you charge and use your phone. Every cycle, every day, for the entire life of your battery. With every cycle, microscopic damage builds up inside the battery. A protective layer thickens. Some lithium gets locked away forever. Materials slowly crack. Watch the health drop as cycles pile up. Researchers studied over 4,000 smartphone users to learn how people actually charge their phones. And the results are shocking. At room temperature, 25 degrees Celsius, a battery loses just 3.3% of capacity after 200 charge cycles. But at 45 degrees that loss doubles to 6.7%, same number of cycles. 500 cycles to reach 80% capacity, 0.04% loss per cycle on average, and double the damage when the battery runs hot. These numbers are not estimates, they are measured. Now let's look at the mistakes that cause this damage. Mistake number 1. Letting your phone die all the way down to 0%. Watch what happens when you keep using your phone without charging. 80%, 60, 40, 20, 5, 2, empty, 0. At 0%, the phone shuts down completely. Inside the battery, the cells are pushed to their absolute limit. Permanent damage is being done. Now imagine you finally plug in a charger. The USB-C connector slides into the phone's port. The phone slowly wakes up, 1%, but the damage is already done. Watch it recharge. But remember, the battery's maximum capacity is now slightly smaller. Forever. The fix is simple. Plug in your phone before it drops below 20%. Don't wait for the low battery warning. Mistake number 2. Leaving your phone plugged in all night. It is 9:30 in the evening. Your battery is at 41%. You plug in the charger and you go to sleep. Time passes. At 10 o'clock the battery reaches 55%. By 11, 70%. By midnight, 85%. At 1 in the morning, 95%. By 2 in the morning, it is fully charged at 100%. But the phone stays plugged in. 3, 4, 5, 6 in the morning. For 4 full hours, the battery sits at 100% under constant high voltage stress. This is what slowly wears your battery down. The fix: turn on optimized battery charging in your phone's settings. Your phone will stop at 80% overnight and only top up just before you wake. This one setting protects your battery for years. Mistake number 3. Charging your phone in direct sunlight or in a hot place like a car dashboard. The charger is plugged in, charging starts, but now imagine the sun shining directly on the phone. The phone is charging and being heated by the sun at the same time. Temperature climbs past 45 degrees Celsius. Your phone shows a warning, but most people ignore it. Inside, your battery is being damaged at twice the normal rate. Never charge your phone in direct sunlight or a hot car, and never play heavy games while charging. Both create dangerous heat. Mistake number 4. Using a cheap fake charger. Here we have two identical phones. One plugged into a certified original charger, the other into a counterfeit cheap one. Watch what happens. On the left, the original charger sends a smooth, steady current. The phone shows the charging icon. Everything works perfectly. On the right, the fake charger sends erratic, unstable voltage. The phone immediately shows a voltage error alarm. At worst, a fake charger can overheat, spark, and even catch fire. Always use a certified charger from a trusted source. Mistake number 5, always using fast charging. Fast chargers are amazing when you need power in a hurry, but there is a hidden cost. Watch. 20%, 35, 50, 65, 80, 95. The battery climbs fast, but watch the temperature. 32 degrees, 36, 39, 42, 44. Every fast charge generates extra heat, and heat is what kills batteries. When you have time, use a slow normal charger instead. It generates much less heat. Save fast charging for when you really need it. Just like the charger, the cable matters as much as the charger itself. Watch what happens when current flows through each one. A certified cable carries steady, stable current. Safe and smooth. A cheap or damaged cable cannot handle the current. The flow becomes erratic, sparks appear, and the battery suffers every single time. Here is the single most powerful rule for battery health. Keep your charge between 20% and 80% whenever possible. This one habit can literally double the useful lifespan of your battery. So how do you check your own battery? On iOS, go to Settings, then Battery Health. On Android, open Settings, then Device Care, then Diagnostics. If your capacity is below 80%, it is time for a replacement. Here is your complete battery survival kit. 6 simple rules. Follow them, and you can easily double the lifespan of your phone's battery. Save money, reduce waste, and never worry about a dying phone again. Now you know everything you need to know about battery health. Take care of your battery, and your battery will take care of you. Thanks for watching, and share this with someone whose phone dies way too fast.